What's going on YouTube? West Hobbies RC. So today we are back with something different and completely different direction than what we do on our channel. We are back with the all new YX F09 UH-60 Black Hawk helicopter. So we have a scale helicopter here. So this is the all new YX Black Hawk helicopter, and this thing looks incredible. Now this is the ready to fly version. They come in two versions. They come in as a bind and fly or a ready to fly, and this is the ready to fly. So the first thing we're gonna do is I wanna give a huge thank you to Heli Direct. Sam, thank you very much for sending this to me, for doing the review on. I greatly appreciate it, and I'm excited for this, as I have seen, and it looks incredible detail on this thing, which we are going to get into. Box art is great. Of course, this is a direct drive main motor and tail motor. We have 6G and 3D mode. Now, yes, this will do full 3D. Not that we're gonna try it. We might do some little stuff, but it is capable of it, but this is a scale helicopter. So we're getting a ready to fly scale little helicopter, 200 size model. So we have all the detail on the side. Of course, you can see here, brushless tail motor, brushless main motor. We do have LED lights, and it does have suspension landing gear, which we are going to get into, and some more techno stuff on the back. So of course, this is the ready to fly version. Now you are going to get everything, including a nice little radio, which is a computer controlled radio. And this will give you all the functions list of what each and every button does. And of course, there's a manual inside. Now, the only thing you do not get is 4 AA batteries that are not included in the airplane, or in the kit. So you need 4 AA batteries for the transmitter, but you get everything else. So let's go ahead and open this box up and let's see what we got. So first thing, we have 2 instruction manuals. So you have your user manual, which is the Bible to all models. This is going to give you all different kinds of little stuff that you need, chargers, balance, what each light means on the charger. We'll get into that as well, about the battery, and so on and so forth. And you just flip through this and it'll give you everything, what the throttle and pitch curve is out of the manual for the stock radio. So a little bit of useful information in here, what the different pots and everything does on the flybarless unit, as it is tunable, and it has a full parts breakdown in the back. So you have full parts list, numbers, colored pictures, and there's also diagrams to show you what every screw and every mechanic goes to. So that is for the helicopter. And then you have a manual for the actual radio. It's a T6 transmitter, and this is gonna go through, and this will explain everything on your radio, so you can flip through here, see how to adjust and whatnot. So we have a nice little foam cover. We're gonna set that guy aside. So first thing we get in the box. So everything is nicely packed, very, very nicely packed, and we can see everything that we have. So the first thing we'll pull out here is the transformer. So you have your transformer for 110 volts US, and then I believe this is for Europe. If you guys are over there, it's a little adapter you can plug in, and you can plug into your outlet, standard little 200 or a 15 volt 2 amp power supply. So now your charger is this guy right here. So this is the little charge base. Your power supply is going to plug into here, just like this. And then your battery will slide into here with your little blinking light. And in the manual, it tells you the light blinking means indicating of charge. So now you have your battery. So now this is your battery, and you have a little push button here. This will tell you your indicator of your battery. We have a full charge because I did charge the battery for this. So we have a full charge, and then you'll notice there's a little port right here, and this little port is for this little light. So we have a little light here. This little light is going to plug into here, just like this, and that little light is going to light up, and it just simply slides onto the battery like that. Little light, and I believe if you push and hold the power button, it should shut the light off, and it does. So if you guys are going to have multiple batteries, you can transfer light from battery to battery, or you can buy additional lights, but it does not fit back in the little case here with the light on. You could probably notch it out. So that is up to user preference, but that is a very nice little battery. It is a 3S 1350 milliamp 30C LiPo, and it goes into your little power pins here, which that go into the helicopter, and then you have 2 little tabs here for locking the battery into the helicopter. So now we get this little parts goodie bag. So what we get in the parts goodie bag is some extra main blades. This is a 4-bladed model, so you're gonna have 4 main blades. You get an extra tail rotor blade. You get a little tiny Phillips screwdriver and a little, probably 1.5 millimeter Allen. So now the transmitter, is a very nice looking transmitter, very nice radio. Doesn't feel bad in the hands. Gimbals feel pretty good, nice and smooth gimbal on them. You have your high and low switch. You have your throttle hold back here. You have your 6G and 3D mode. So this up will be stabilization, down will be no stabilization as far as auto level. And then you have your flight mode and gear switch here, which I'm not exactly sure what that does. But again, you will need 4 AA batteries in the back, and that is your transmitter. Okay, so now the most important part of in this box is going to be the helicopter. So you're gonna have this little foam piece here. All this does is just stops the blades from moving around. Tell we have 4 rotors, 3 back blades, 1 blade turned sideways to fit back in the case. So we are going to pull this guy out nice and easily, and just look at this. So we're going to fold the box away for a second, and we are going to just admire the actual beauty of this model. I will say there is no detail left undone on this helicopter. They did an incredible job on it. Of course, we have a 4 rotor head, plastic blade grips. We have a nice scale style blade design. They are a carbon composite plastic, so very, very stiff blade, carbon composite blade grips. We have an upper metal half of the swash plate down in there and plastic rest of the swash plate. The body itself is plastic, but it is detailed extremely well. Everything painted. We have sliding doors that do slide, and they are on both sides. These little doors slide open and close on both sides. And inside this little door in here, you can see that it is a direct drive motor. So there's your motor down in there, and you can see the bottom of the motor right here. So we do have LED lights on the model. You have red and green lights all the way around it. And then of course your battery light at the bottom. We do have suspension gear. So that is extremely, extremely nice. You have all your window detail. You have your little windshield wipers down here. Everything, just the pop rivets, the panel line. I mean, they did such an incredible job on this model. We have another LED down here. You have all your little tidbits and your little antennas and brackets and little handles. Just amazing amount of detail. Tail wheel does roll as well. The wheels are rubber. Nice rubber wheel that spin very freely. And then of course you have all your detail on the back elevator stabilizer, panel lines, detail, again, brushless direct drive main motor here. And another LED light on the top of the helicopter here. So they did just an incredible, this is honestly such an incredible little helicopter. I've seen videos and pictures of it. It doesn't do it justice on how great the scale detail is on this thing. It's just phenomenal. So now the battery bay is going to go in the bottom. So yeah, you have a big open battery bay here. Now if you look, you also have to be very careful when handling this thing because there's so many little pieces on it that can break. So you definitely be very careful with any scale helicopter model. You'll notice back down in there's little pins. Those are going to be your power pins, and this is where your battery is going to go. So the battery on this model is going to slide. You'll notice the receiving female pins there and the male pins down in there. So this battery slides into here. So you're just gonna go ahead, push it back. And as you push back and down, it'll lock into place. And your little tabs lock out. So now your battery is in the helicopter. And now you can see that little light at the bottom there. This will make great for nighttime flying. That suspension gear on it is super nice. So the whole helicopter can go side to side. It'll make great rolling takeoffs. It'll be nice. Just a nice scale model to fly around. I think they did an incredible job on it. There is metal gear, 3 cyclic servos down in there that are metal geared. There's 2 back here and 1 up here. So you have a traditional collective positive negative pitch. It is a collective pitch helicopter, not fixed pitch, but the detail is just insane. My only complaint with the helicopter is the battery system. I wish they would have done a door here and we could use regular little 3S LiPos in there, but the single line battery setup that they have does work great. It's simple, but again, it would have been nice just to see a little door here with the battery. But other than that, the helicopter is just phenomenal. I love the lights on it. Everything looks great. So why don't we clear the table off, get this thing powered up, and see what it looks like all lit up. So we already went ahead and installed the 4 AA batteries in the radio. So we're going to power up the radio for the first time. You push and hold the power button, and the radio comes on. Now it's mode 2, model 3, so it's already pre-programmed. Everything is done. It's ready to literally plug it in and go fly. You don't need to do any programming or anything like that. And of course, but it is a functional programmable radio where you can go in and do different things to the radio. So now we are going to leave everything alone. We're not going to touch nothing on the radio, and we are going to power up the model for the first time. So I'm going to flip throttle hold, at least what I think is throttle hold, and we are going to push and hold the power button on the bottom of the helicopter. We're going to set it down, let it initialize. It did initialize, and everything is working. Now we can really see here all these scale lights. There is a lot of lights on this model. You can see the light back here on the tail rotor. See the light underneath here. The top light is very bright. All the lights are very bright, honestly. This thing's gonna make great dusk flying. That bottom LED light is very, very bright. That thing is brighter than it looks in camera. We got the reds on the left. So, of course, we do have positive. We have left, right, back, forward. Servos are very fast and responsive, probably way too fast for a scale helicopter. But the great thing about this helicopter is that under this little cover here, which we're gonna make videos on, there's a Phillips screw here and a Phillips screw here. We can pop this cover off, and there is DSMX ports, and that is where your flybarless controller is. So let's pop that cover off. With the included screwdriver, little tiny Phillips, you're going to remove a Phillips screw here, and be very careful because these are very tiny screws. And then you're going to remove a Phillips screw on this side right here. And then once we get both of these screws removed, we are going to very carefully remove this cover. Again, scale helicopters, we're going to lay the screwdriver there so I don't lose them. And then this cover will pop right off like this, and this will give us a better look at everything inside. So now we'll see here that we have pots here for adjusting the flybarless controller. You can see where your lights plug in down here, so all your lights run to different sides if you ever have to take this thing apart to do any kind of working, maintenance, rebuilding, if you have a crash, replacing the body. So you have your channel 1, 2, and 3, which are your servo channels. And then you have S-Bus port right there if you're flying for Tabo, and you have DSMX port right here for Spectrum. Now, the only hard part that I would see is figuring out where to put a satellite, but we do have some door room here that we might be able to stick one, so I'll have to figure that out. We'll try to get a small and decase it, and we also might just stick it right to the top because the top cover here does give you plenty of room here. But you can run DSMX satellite, or if you're running OpenTX Radio Master, you can bind directly to them. I believe it is running a eSheen protocol. But the Black Hawk P6 is an incredible, incredible helicopter. They did such a great job. Let's get this cover back on and just finish this video up. All right, well, you guys just look at this thing. I mean, honestly, I could probably put this on a shelf and just look at it. The scale detail is just incredible. All the lights on it look so good. I hope it flies every bit as good as it looks. That front light is super bright. Got that nice scale 4 rotor head. Got all the panel lines and pop rivets. Just such a beautiful helicopter. Wow, they did such a great job. YX, you guys did incredible. So if you guys want one of these models for yourself, I will link it in the description below. And you guys know where to go. You will be going to helidirect.com, and you can get yourself one of these incredible helicopters ready to fly. They are running Futaba protocol, SFHSS. So if you are buying a bind and fly and you want to put it onto a OpenTX or Radio Master or a Futaba radio, you can buy bind and fly, bind it directly to your transmitter. Or if you're running Spectrum, you can put a DSMX satellite and do it directly off of your transmitter. So I want to thank each and every one of you guys so much for watching. Huge thank you to Heli Direct. Huge thank you to Sam. Greatly appreciate this. I want to give each and every one of you a huge, huge thank you. Appreciate each and every one of you. Give this video a like, subscribe, take care, and have a great day.